Yo, it's me, Breon. Thanks for coming out. Okay, so let's just get straight to it. I'm going to talk about my first time being bullied in middle school, and it was not fun whatsoever. Let me just give you a little bit of background. I was a nice kid. I was a very, very nice and kind kid. I mean, I was raised by a saint and vacation Bible school. When it come down to school, I'm about just laughter, having fun, getting good grades, and going home. And I'm in Texas right now, but at that time, I was actually living in Detroit, which is originally where I'm from, Detroit, Michigan. And if anyone out there that is from Detroit, you know that Detroit public schools are off the Chizang. Yeah, I said Chizang. So let's not even go there. Is like you cannot go to school in Detroit public school and not have a fight. I had like 3.5. I had like 3.5 fights there. And again, just come from a person that's nice, kind, that wouldn't harm a fly. And just some people, I guess it was just that time. It was that time. And there was this person, his name was Carl Epps. It's not like he's ever gonna see this video. I don't even know if the person's still alive. This was back in 8th grade. I was scared of him, I'm not gonna lie. I was always scared of him because he was so like rough. He was like one of those roughnecks. And it was so funny that at that school, what they used to do when we used to have bathroom breaks, all of the boys would go in the bathroom and they wait for somebody to go in so they can jump them. So I would never go to the bathroom. I would just hold that shit in, and that's just how it was. Like and I remember him standing in the bathroom and saying, come here. I'm like, no, I'm staying right here. Not going down like that. And I don't know, he just always bothered me. He tried to wrestle me, he would throw paper balls at me all the time. I could be standing somewhere and then boom, a paper ball, and I look back, it's him. And I just never understood, like, why did this guy keeps bothering me? Like, leave me the hell alone. Leave me peace. Give me liberty or give me death. Does that even make sense? I don't know. It was getting out of hand to the point where I don't know how my aunt found out. I don't know if I kind of told her about an experience or something that happened. I don't know. I can't remember. But I remember her saying, don't let nobody punk you. Until this day, God rest her soul, because she passed away back in 2015. But she told me, don't let nobody punk you. Don't let nobody punk you. I don't care who it is. If you gotta fight somebody in your space, that's what you gonna have to do. And she just activated, because like I said, I'm a sweet, nice person, and I wasn't wanting to fight, and I was also scared. I didn't want to, I don't know what that's gonna happen, and I just know that resonated with me, and I took that in, and I carried it, and the very next day, I had the determination to say, you know what? If Carl does something today, one more time, that's it. And lo and behold, we were going on a bathroom break. I was one of the people ahead of the line. He was towards the back of the line, and he threw a paper ball at me. When he threw the paper ball at me, I looked back, and I was like, okay. And I don't know if he thought anything about it. I don't know if anyone else thought anything about it, but that was my cue to say, you know what? I'm about to fight this guy. I'm about to fight him finally. But I had to figure out a good plan. I'm like, how am I going to do this? He crossed this line again. How am I going to do this? So go to the bathroom. We all come back. I was determined to be one of the first people to come back in the classroom. So that's what happened. So what I did is I saw all his, paperwork and schoolwork, books, all that stuff on the shelf. I seen it on the shelf near the window. So I went over there, I picked it up, and I just threw it all on the floor. No lie. And people were walking in. He didn't come in at that time, but everyone else is starting to come in. And they looking at him like, what the fuck? What's wrong with this dude? And finally, Carl comes in. And he is like tripping because he's like seeing all his stuff on the floor. Don't know why it's on the floor, but it's on the floor. And then you heard it was a whole bunch of other people. They was like, yeah, Breon did that. Breon knocked your shit down on the ground like that. And I was just like, yep, I sure did. Like I had balls that day. I don't know what came over me, but I was like, yeah, I did that. And he looked at me and he was like, okay. He picked his stuff back up, sat on his desk, and that was that. And I'm like, what? Come on now, what do you mean? Like, what is this supposed to mean? I didn't understand. Let me tell you, my plan was I'm gonna try to start a fight in the classroom with him because I could show him that I'm standing up for myself, but I don't have to get into an actual fight because the teacher will stop it. She'll come in between us or had me go to the office or something like that. But that's not how it went at all. Matter of fact, I was kind of talking shit to him because I was trying to, rile him up to want to fight me in the classroom. And the teacher was having her lecture. And, a teacher is supposed to tell the student if they hear him talking to be quiet. And she would do it every other time, but she didn't do it to me that particular time. I didn't understand. I'm talking loud. People are turning around as the teacher's talking, looking at me, and she just never said anything. So I was like, oh, shit. So I just left it alone. I'm like, oh, fuck. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to fight after class. Bell rings. I go put my stuff in my locker because I'm just like, you can't trust these mofos here in Detroit. Somebody's going to try to steal your stuff. So I just put all my stuff in my locker. One dude came up to me and was like, you really going to fight him? You going to fight him? And I was just like, yeah, let's go. Let's do this. So I put my stuff in there. I was terrified, y'all. Completely and utterly terrified. But I put my stuff in there and I walked down that long hallway. And at the very end, the entire school is literally in a circle waiting for me to come through that mug because that's what Carl was. Like, they were already ready. Where is the teachers? Where the teachers at? I'm just saying. Where the teachers at? Where the security guards? You got metal detectors just to go inside the school, but we don't have security. Anyway, I walked through that circle and everybody's all, how kids are excited. Oh, it's about to go down. Front row seats. And I seen him in the corner. And I just kind of I didn't know what to do. I was like, maybe I'm just going to do what I saw on TV or something. So I just was looking him up and down yeah, what up, blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, whop. Ouch, that hurt it. He hit me. Right here. Oh, was right here. No, it was right here. He hit me right in the kisser. And when he did that, that was enough to unleash the inner beast. You know how Gohan was on Dragon Ball Z? He was just so fragile and so weak and all of that stuff. But when you push that nigga's buttons, oh, hell. That's exactly what happened. I just went ballistic. Like something kind of took over me and I was like a whole nother person. And we were going at it. We were definitely going at it and I was hitting him. And he was shorter. I could tell he was a very experienced fighter because he was ducking and weaving. But I was getting the upper hand, and you wouldn't believe. My nerves were so bad. Don't laugh at me, y'all, but I'm gonna tell you something what I did. I got to a point of having him on a headlock. We were on the ground. I had him in a headlock like this, and I was not gonna let him go. And my nerves were so bad that I started pissing on myself. Seriously, I started peeing on myself, and his head was right there too. So I'm like, "You gonna take this piss?" And then the craziest thing happened. He had a girlfriend. That's the thing. Another thing about Detroit. The girls will fight guys. They don't give a shit. They will fight a dude. And his girlfriend, who looked like a dude, just throwing that out there. She looked like a straight up man. And she had like the strength that she like kind of she like literally yanked him off of me. And then she was gonna stand in front of me getting ready to want to fight me. I'm just like, and she was like, what, back up, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So, at that point, I just went to the office. I didn't go to class, I just went straight to the office. And then I remember walking on the stairs, dude was like, not the person I was fought, it was some other guy. He was like, "Oh, you gonna snitch? I just kept walking. I'm just like, we're gonna get in trouble anyway, so let me just go ahead and go into the office. And then plus our uniform was these ugly yellow shirts, so of course I had blood on my other shirt, so I'm like, whatever. But yeah, that was my very first bullying experience, and I'm glad I went through it. It was terrifying, but if you don't stand up for yourself, people are going to run over you. Not all the time. It has to be fight. It has to deal with a fight or something like that. But sometimes it happens. Sometimes you're backed against the wall and there's no other option. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to do what you have to do. But you just can't be afraid to stand up for yourself. And lo and behold, after that whole entire experience, he tried to become my friend. Ain't that weird? You mean you just really wanted to be my friend? You could have just did that or said at the very beginning, look at how far we had to go. You doing all this bullying and picking on me, and we didn't have to do that. I don't understand that concept or the complex. I don't know what that's all about, but I knew I stood up for myself. I had another situation. I might do a part 2, if you thought this was crazy. The second fight, or the next 2 fights were all crazy. All these fights I've had were all crazy. But I'm just gonna limit this video because I don't want this video to be too long. So this will just be part 1. But I have 2 more fight videos that I want to talk about. But at the end of the day, bullying has got to stop. But if you are one of the ones that are being bullied, stand up for yourself and stand up for yourself wholeheartedly, because people don't care, and they will run up to you, and they will take advantage of you because you're sweet and nice and kind, and think you won't do shit until you do some shit, and then they know, okay, let's not mess with Mike Tyson over here. So but I carry that everywhere I go. It like I said, it's not always fighting, but it can just be something simple as just standing up for yourself, for your rights, or not letting certain situations or circumstances bully you into a corner. Stand up for your truth, stand up for your love for yourself and the things that come with it. So that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe if you want. I'm gonna get back to being cool, and you continue to be cool. Peace.